Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Mark. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. He sent me a bunch of wet hopped beers, and this is the first one I'm drinking. As you can tell, it's already been poured, and I've already had some of it. This happened the other day too. I don't know if it's on my end or my phone's acting up, but I recorded it. I went to turn off my camera on my phone, and it wasn't recording any of it. So I'm going to do this thing I absolutely hate doing, where I re-review it because I forget, did I just say this, or was that the other review, or was that this review? So anyway, spoiler alert, this beer is freaking delicious. So yeah, let me get into it. It's funny because I still this beer's got a really long aftertaste. I can still actually taste the beer. So I want to start describing it already, but let's do it the proper way. Okay, so same thing happened the first time I poured it, where it kicked out a lot of head. It's just this beautiful coppery amber yellow into orange, unfiltered looking, not full on haze. So that's the liquid itself. The head, compact bubbles, not at the top so much where they're starting to break up. Compact, it's white with a little bit of gray mixed in for the color of the head. Yeah, 4 fingers ahead. When I poured it the first time, it was all 4 fingers and a thumb of head, so this is pretty close to what happened first time. But yeah, it definitely looks like more of a West Coast IPA. Oh, I should talk about this beer. I'm an idiot. Talk about things I haven't. I'm just going to get confused. Did I talk about this or not? My apologies. Columbus Brewing Company, Yakima Fresh, Wet Hop India Pale Ale, 7.5% ABV. Doesn't list the hops or hop. I assume it's not single hop, because I imagine they would say single hopped with whatever. Seems like something a brewer would want known that this was just one hop. So I'll assume it has multiple hops. And it's 2 weeks old at time of review. Anyway, let's get into the aroma. Yeah, it's interesting. So when I first did this, I didn't mention pine or resin. Then when I tasted it, I'm like, oh, I do get that. But I'm still not getting it in the aroma. Even though it's still on my palate. I can still taste it, but I'm still not smelling it. Yeah, so okay, this is good. So citrus 3 ways: orange, grapefruit, and lemon. A little bit of juice, more zesty than juice, but definitely some juice coming through. I get a little bit more of this grassy, earthy note. That, again, when I taste it, it's not so much that, it's more this piney thing. But in the aroma, I get more grassy. A little bit of stone fruit in there as well. But you can't escape the specific hoppiness of it. Yeah, it has this little bit of fruity elements, but it very much is a more old school, traditional West Coast, whatever you want to call it, IPA smell in the best possible way. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Mark. This beer is so good. So, like I was saying, the aroma, it has more this pine resin to it. When you do get those 3 citrus elements, the orange, the grapefruit, and the lemon, almost all zest. Very little juice in the taste. So in the aroma, you got a little bit more of that juiciness, but not in the taste. The taste is very much the zestiness of it. This beer is super refreshing. This beer is stupid refreshing. This beer, it may seem like a good a descriptor, might not seem like a good descriptor. I don't care. This beer is refreshing. This beer is super refreshing. It has that brightness, that zestiness, and then it has some of that, in a really cool way. It's so piney and resinous, but without being taxing on the palate, without being overly bitter. It's allowing other things to be displayed, but it's still without a doubt, it's still the dominant thing. You do get a little bit of that mango, a little bit of this more apricot than peach thing. But again, you cannot divorce that fruitiness from the intensity of the hop oils. I'm assuming it's the wet hopping that's really giving it this oomph without it giving it just the like palate wreckerness of it, right? But yeah, just a great beer. I just look how beautiful it is sticking to the side of glass. It just, everything about this is just beautiful from the aesthetic to the taste. I mean, I was in the mood for an IPA, and no real specific like flavors, because you can get different flavors in IPAs. Obviously, different styles, different hops, different breweries, can pull out different things with their processes. So it's just kind of like I was in the mood for generic IPA, like an IPA in a very generic way in my mind, and nothing in particular. And this one is just really hitting the spot without without me going in thinking I knew what it was going to taste like, and like psyching myself up for like, oh, you're going to love this beer. It's just delivering. So thanks, Mark, for sending it my way, man. It's really good. Columbus is making, I haven't had a ton of stuff from them, but what I have had from them has been very good. So definitely a brewery that I'm excited about. So thanks again, Mark. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Have you had this beer before? Have you had a wet hopped beer lately? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.